Thank you for being with us in ADN 40. Well, how do you feel about being in Mexico, releasing this Africa Express and collaborating with uh, tons of different people in the music industry?
I mean, it was a beautiful experience as always with Africa Express. To be honest, it's always such uh, a freeing experience because you're like a kid in the playground sort of vibe. There's so many incredible musicians all around you, and you can kind of just go around and picking. And yeah, what a setting to have it in Mexico. We had such a beautiful time there, and yeah, with the culture and with just kind of yeah, with everything that was kind of brought together. It was beautiful.
Well, I think that music, it's always about protest and saying things that other people won't say. And I think Africa Express and Poté do this, but how was it working with a feminist, an activist? And it's completely different when you're doing your own music and then collaborating with someone else. How do you
Um,
feel about it, and how was the experience of doing what you know how to do and mixing it up with someone else's job?
I mean, it's a role that I've definitely come to really enjoy, especially like producing for other people. It's like going into someone else's world and kind of being I suppose being a tool to the message, being a tool to to the greater project, to the greater idea. And that's really it's really an honor to be able to do that. So that's kind of how I feel about that.
I kind of want to know also, what's your protest? What do you do? What you are trying to, what's your message in your music?
My message in my music, I would say, is more of especially definitely in my most recent stuff in my Baby Hold Me project, it's definitely more of a self-exploration, being able to look at yourself honestly and kind of better yourself, but without putting yourself down. And I feel that's like really an important thing in self-development and self-betterment.
Do you think well, there's a lot of violence around the world. There's wars all over the place.
Mm.
There's discrimination, there's racism, there's do you think the music will be able to reunite the world somehow?
I hope so, or at least I hope it could be a uniting force within that. Right, instead of it being the sole factor, I hope it can be a contributing factor to unity and yeah, to the greater good of the world.
And how was this second experience here in Mexico and Bahidorá, a collaboration, your second collaboration with Africa Express? What was it different from the first one?
Honestly, I would say probably just the setting, but the vibe and the experimentation remains. It's that thing of okay, what can we do? And obviously now being in South America, the you have a different scope of musicians, a different scope of culture, a different scope of ideas that you can play with and that you can kind of run with. So I love the aspect of you know, I was with Alan Vega like, every day and just kind of seeing his influences and seeing where he came from, like culturally and musically, and him playing stuff and it's things that I would have never heard of or be like privy to. So it's kind of beautiful to have that kind of door open to collaborate and create.
You were saying that you felt like a little kid on a playground and like had all this new experiences, like discovering the world. Uh, ho- did it get to you? Did it get to Poté? how was it? Tell us something that surprised you from Bahidorá or this collaboration in Africa Express.
That surprised me, something that surprised me. I wouldn't say anything particularly surprised me, to be honest. I would say it's, well, actually, that's a good one. I haven't really thought about that. Um,
Or something you treasure about this experience.
it's one of those experiences where in the moment, you obviously recognize that it's great and everything, but it's only in hindsight you really realize how kind of special that time was. Because it's so short and there's so much going on. Like every day you're kind of running around and this person wants keys on this and this person needs here to record and da. So by the time it's done, it's kind of like, you were just kind of running around so much, you didn't really get the chance to really recognize how special of a moment it was. And that's just for me. Maybe I'm not seasoned enough with like meditation to like center myself and, and be one of kind of the present moment. But that's just, yeah, that's, I suppose, is my take from it.
What was the hardest thing?
The hardest thing. Um, the hardest thing I would say is probably dealing with the heat and trying to make music. Yeah, sometimes when it's just like it is right now in Paris, when it's just like really hot and you're trying to just it's like, oh my God. Yeah.
Well, can you tell us a little more about the song that you were participating or collaborating with and tell the public from ADN 40 to listen to the Africa Express collaboration?
The song is a collaboration between myself and well, it started between myself and Alan. We were kind of going through a bunch of different ideas that Alan kind of had and was messing around with, and it just kind of felt right going for this kind of vibe. Being in South America, being in Mexico, and yeah, we just I don't know. It just happened so quickly and so naturally because we already had created this kind of bond between us. So the comfort to just express these ideas and just kind of make was very much there. So yeah, the song happened very, very quickly, to be honest. Um, and yeah, I'm really, really love it and looking forward to performing it on the tour. That should be fun.
Are you planning to come into Mexico? What are the plans?
No plans for Mexico, sadly, sadly, sadly. Fingers crossed next year, but right now, no, it's just Europe for the summer. Touring with Africa Express and doing some of my own shows. Yeah, that's it. That's it for the moment. But hopefully, I'll be back there in the next or coming years for sure. People from ADN 40, I hope you enjoy the album. I hope you enjoy what we created in your beautiful, beautiful country. And yeah, I hope it brings you joy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You managed to do it. We're really excited. We're really excited about this collaboration. Me particularly have like this thing with African music. I don't know, it just gets
Mhm.
gets to me. I don't know, but it's amazing to have